All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Hawk versus Happy. This game taking place here on Amazonia. Over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have Hawk spawning. Well, no, I'm gonna go ahead and swap the colors. We have Hawk spawning as the red Undead. Meanwhile, Happy spawning over here on the top right as the red human, blue Undead. My apologies. Happy is the blue Undead. Hawk is the red human. Yeah, getting a little bit confused. And hopefully I don't mess up this cast. I will have to pause it most likely at some point and then, well, resume it because I think I have someone coming over and, well, time is of the essence and it's difficult to, well, get everything all together sorted. Now, what's going to be going down in this particular 1v1 matchup? I am expecting an Archmage versus a Death Knight, but then again, the replays that I get are often the unusual ones because, well, that's what you guys want to see. You guys don't always want to see the same old strategies over and over, even though this is one of those games where the same strategy is being used over and over. Perhaps there will be good execution this time around. Yeah, that Crypt Lord game the other day, absolutely entertaining. I think I will upgrade it to a highly recommended, and, oh, not a Crypt Lord. Was it a Crypt? Yeah, it was the Crypt Lord, and it was Locust Swarm instead of Carrion Swarm. A little bit of a different ability, but my apologies. How often do you really see a Crypt Lord first getting into level 6 and actually having Locust Swarm being used? Anyways, we are going to be getting out that Archmage here in just a moment. Footmen are getting added in as well. It looks as though one Footman going to make its way across over here to try and clear out this Rock Golem creep camp. Meanwhile, the Death Knight most likely will pick up a Rod of Necromancy and make his way back down. Perhaps, there is the Rod of Necromancy. There it goes. Already just running and just window shopping very, very quickly. Acolyte being brought over. Archmage drops a water elemental and now using that lightning shield to deal damage to the two rogues. Very, very interesting. Now, is it going to perhaps transition away? Acolyte, what's going on here? Going to try to deal some damage back there as the Archmage purposely pulls back, trying to get that last kill. Is it going to get that last kill? That is the big question right there, as the Acolyte just cannot afford to get that last shot. All right, Militia still going after back that unit. There it goes. One more shot as the Archmage is now going to deny that water elemental. Militia finishes off the Acolyte. Archmage gets it to level 2. Meanwhile, Death Knight leaving some behind, some skeletal minions to clear out the remainder of this creep camp. Archmage now going after the Apprentice Wizards now. Death Knight, is it going to perhaps try and steal a little bit of experience with a long-distance Death Coil? No, unable to do exactly that, as the Archmage able to put pressure onto that Death Knight with a bit of range attack. Skeletal Minion most likely will just fall on his proverbial bone sword right there. Well, one more shot should do it. There it goes, takes it down. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Death Knight looking to get in a little bit more damage, perhaps finish off this rogue here as a second water elemental now being added in. Skeletal Minion's Death Coil finishes off the water elemental as the Death Knight now with Unholy Aura going to be dealing a bit more damage. Death Knight still ranging a lot of damage here, down to only one more charge on that Rod of Necromancy, as the Archmage and the Death Knight are doing a little bit of blow-by-blow exchanging. As you're going to take a look, well, low hit point Skeletal Minion able to back off right there. Time life down to 40. Well, pretty much dead. All right, Death Knight now heading back over here to the top right. Skeletal Minions are here, ready to go once more. Let's see what is going to be unfolding next, as the Death Knight is hiding in the shadows with that cloak of shadows right there. All right, Skeletal Minion getting destroyed. Crypt Fiend has joined in on the fight, but has, well, what are we going to see here? Oh, the Death Knight is just going to lie in wait, and this is going to be beautifully done. Does he expect that there is a giant hole right there? There's the Death Coil Steel, now going to get some damage here. Crypt Fiends are now joining in. Are we going to perhaps be looking at a Shadow Meld? Death Knight could have finished off the Water Elemental. Water Elemental now down as well. More damage being absorbed, and Happy with the curious play, getting the little bit of a steal and just saying, you know what else can I do? All right, back across over here. The Death Knight, once again, is going to be using that Cloak of Shadows. More damage. The Death Knight, oh, almost got a 4-unit surround on an invisible unit right there, as the Death Knight well, it has to be very careful. No blight for him anywhere nearby. Death Knight now getting in a little bit of additional damage. What is going to be happening? Death Knight, oh, Crypt Fiend now trying to wander back away and playing this game of surround, knowing that the Crypt Fiends are going to be able to deal so much damage. This is a bit of an issue here as the Crypt Fiend now down to 333 hit points. Death Knight could come across with a Death Coil, but Rifleman will be joining in on the fight. Okay, all this cute play aside, I am expecting Happy to transition away from this very nicely. He's already upgrading to tier 3. He is getting that Lich, and what he's really doing is preventing the Archmage from being able to get experience. He's unable to freely creep out those creep camps as the Death Knight now makes its way back down. Let's take a look. Are we going to perhaps be going for a Death Coil right there? More damage to be had. Wait for it. Water Elemental could get taken down. No, Water Elemental purposely backing away and gets taken down anyways. Death Knight, not part of that action though. I believe it was that Kobold Taskmaster. More damage being brought over by those Crypt Fiends. The three of them together dealing about 90 points of damage per volley, unaccounting for armor as the Riflemen look to hold the line right here. All right, more damage coming across. Footman down to 280 hit points as it looks to have better days. Death Knight still lying in wait. Rifleman, perhaps all of these units here expecting it to be safe to go after this Kobold Taskmaster. Rifleman now purposely pulling these units back. There is a Water Elemental, and that was, well, summoned in such a way. Oh, Death Knight, could it perhaps finish off any of those units? Death Coil, Stormbolt right there, finishes off a big Frost Nova across multiple units. There goes another Footman again, and the Lich, the presence of the Lich causing a major turnaround with that slow, getting 2 additional Footmen. So far, Hawk has been holding his own very well. He doesn't have an expansion, though, as the presence of the Lich, well, greatly bolsters the Undead army. Meanwhile, the presence of the Mountain King greatly bolsters the human army. All right, Skeletal Minion getting ensnared there. Rock Golem now looking to back up. 37 supply compared to 36. We are pretty much even for all intent and purposes, as Obsidian statues will now be joining in on the fight. I gotta mention, Happy has been playing this game very well, maximizing the effectiveness of this Cloak of Shadows. The Death Knight was rather low on hit points for quite some time, but because of that Cloak of Shadows, he was able to still give the Unholy Aura speed bonus to these Crypt Fiends while regenerating a bit of hit points himself and staying out of trouble. The problem for a Hawk right now is that Hawk, it needs to perhaps figure out a way to not allow the Undead late game to take over. Rifleman now getting, well, lightning shielded there. It is going to be backing off. Mountain King picking up a True Shot Aura that will most likely be given to the Archmage. Very powerful item indeed, as everything gets a 10% damage bonus. Death Knight now makes its way back down to the south. Lich is already at level 2 with that Orb of Corruption. And once that Death Knight gets to level 3, well, level 3 Death Knight, level 2 Lich is much more scary than level 3 Archmage, level 2 Mountain King. The hero nuking ability of those 2 primary heroes is very, very deadly indeed. All right, Lightning Shield being effectively used to maximize damage. Oh, it looks like there was no gold there. Lightning Shield actually dealing that last bit of damage once more as the Mountain King, well, I don't believe it will get to level 3 here, but should get, well, closer to say the least. Back down to the south here, Rock Golem will get cleared out. Both sides clearing out their opponent's creep camps as the Obsidian statues get ensnared. Death Knight now is at 3. Lich is sitting at 2. Could be getting to level 3 as well. 400 hit point heal onto that Lich, making short work of that as the, well, there goes that Rock Golem Potion of Greater Healing. Very powerful for the Death Knight. Rune Bracer is also making it difficult for him to get, well, heroed nuked out. Lightning Shield once again being cast. Lightning Shield dealing a lot of damage from the creep side. Meanwhile, let's take a look at where all of these units are going to be going next. Archmage now making its way across. Riflemen, Footmen, not necessarily the best unit composition to try and rush, but there is no upgrade for Nerubian Towers. Only one single Black Citadel, and this could spell problems. Meanwhile, coming in from the backside, well, there's the Squirrel Town portal. Are the units, are these units going to be able to get back in time? No. Footmen left behind as the Death Knight says, thank you for the experience. This is going to get, well, bad in a very quick way. All right, Death Knight getting some experience. I believe Death Knight was able to get some experience there. There you go, getting another one there. Dark Ranger, only 26 experience. Maybe the first footman was in fact killed by that Black Citadel. Someone will have to watch the replay to determine that precisely, but that seems, the Dark Ranger seems rather low on experience. Right there, yeah, that is definitely low on experience right there, knowing that the Dark Ranger got that much experience by solo creeping. All right, back at coming across over here. Crypt Fiends are here as well. Skeletal minions, lesser dark minions starting to join up on that fight. Lich should be able to get mana up very, very quickly. Meanwhile, Paladin and the human tri-hero is out in force as well. All right, Orb of Fire, the new anti-undead orb, pretty much preventing healing. It also works well again if you're trying to press into a Night Elf base. Moonwells do not heal as much. Also rejuvenation as well. Orb of Fire, just a powerful ability for that Archmage, as the Paladin trying to go toe-to-toe with this Granite Golem will take it out and almost get to level 3. Back on the other side, you see Dark Ranger, Medallion of Courage, quickly picked up. That's going to get finished off as the Dark Ranger gets to level 3 as well. This is a 3-3-3 going up against, I believe, a 3-3-3 as well. This matchup is extremely close, and still there is no clear-cut victor or leader on the board as of yet. Armor up or weapons upgrades, well, a little bit in favor of Happy, but there is True Shot aura for the Mountain King and the Rifleman, so that adds in a little bit there as well. Meanwhile, Dark Ranger now with skeletal minions, or less, all of those summons, the priests have mastery training, so they should be able to easily dispel magic and make short work of them. Destroyers are out onto the field as well. Any sort of inner fire use is going to be hazardous to your health. I do not recommend Hawk use that inner fire, and instead use the bonus, use the extra mana for more dispel magic and more healing. Militia waiting to turn back into peasant form to speed build this town hall with that expansion attempt. You can take a look. Happy off to the north, not surprised that the creep camp has been cleared out as we're ready for an engagement. All right, Stormbolt onto the Death Knight. Death Knight probably very happy that he has those rune bracers. Holy Light unable to save a priest. Oh, well, no, able to save the priest. Looked like he was about to fall, but the Crypt Fiends switched targets momentarily, and all of the lines are now being dissolved as both sides are diving deep onto a handful of units. Frost Nova onto a Rifleman, quickly getting taken down. Paladin in trouble. Paladin, where's he gonna go? He has inner fire, he has immolation. Mountain King unable to finish off the Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger getting down to 10 hit points, now finally taken out as the priests are now falling as well. 48 supply compared to 55. So much focus fire. Priest gets taken down once more as we are looking at Stormbolt onto the Lich now. Lich could be in trouble. Mountain Kings does not have enough mana yet, but will get there very close soon as we now see, well, things might switch back over. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability on the Lich. Lightning Shield, where did it go? I thought I saw it for a split second. Now removed. Lich could be in trouble. Lich, is it going to get taken down? Yes, it does. Mountain King alive. Scroll of Town Portal, Happy loses that, and Dark Ranger Lich get taken out. Water Elemental ends up surviving at 35 hit points. But Happy right now in the lead in terms of supply, but being forced to resurrect his heroes. That is going to be very expensive, and they'll be out of action for quite some time. The downside, though, is that it could allow the Death Knight to get even more experience faster. All right, Dark Ranger trying to get resurrected. However, 3 heroes, a Rifleman and a Water Elemental, not going to be able to do that much damage. Units are now making their way back over. Lich resurrected at the tavern. We're going into damage here. What's going to be happening? Riflemen now making their way back over. In comes the units. Who is going to end up surviving here? Oh, Holy Light trying to save some units. This is not looking good. Death Knight, well, able to finish off a Rifleman, and the army size of Happy is just far too much. However, Lich is far away. Mountain King is going to be able to get off a Stormbolt. No. Death Coil in time as priests are getting taken down. Hawk, well, overcommitting into this fight and getting his hand caught in the cookie jar, so to speak. But the Lich could, well, nope. Another Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Crypt Fiends and the army advantage starting to take hold, and Hawk now on the run. Hawk misjudged the army size after taking out the Lich and the Dark Ranger. only to realize that Happy still had the overall supply lead. Very dangerous indeed when you try and, well, when you overestimate how strong your army is, you end up going into a fight thinking you have the advantage, only to realize, well, nope, I don't have the advantage, and in fact, I am behind. You try to put yourself into position, and, well, that is the reason why business intelligence or any sort of intelligence is so important. Knowing what your opponent is doing and, well, what their resources are. Crypt Fiend's going to be able to easily finish off all of these skeletal minions here. Dark Ranger adding in some more army. Stormbolt onto a Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend quickly taken out. Mountain King is alive in that front line. Dispel Magic quickly being used. Staff of Sanctuary being used as well. Dark Ranger getting Death Coil. Silence now onto the Mountain King as the units are now trying to chase. Dark Ranger could get taken down. There's a Stormbolt again. Holy Light Fireball finishes it all off. Archmage going straight for the heroes. Are we going to perhaps see more damage coming across? Archmage in trouble. Archmage goes down. And that should be the end of that. No more mana easily onto any of these units. Mountain King trying to chase after this. One Obsidian Statue. Obsidian Statue moving quite quickly. Mountain King unable to chase. Meanwhile, back down to the south here. Dark Ranger is resurrected. Death Coil alive there. That Obsidian Statue was just a small victory. As we're taking a look as the Paladin, perhaps Divine Shield, can it be used in time? Stormbolt saving or stopping the Lich. Mountain King could be in trouble. Does have a Cloak of Shadows. Archmage resurrected. No Death Coil. Frost Nova is in time. And there goes the Archmage again. Staff of Sanctuary swapped as the Mountain King, well, finally waves the white flag. Happy with the victory there. Let's take a look at the hero kills. 3 on both sides. Happy losing the heroes first, but keeping his army alive. Hawk overcommitted into that fight right there, not knowing, perhaps thought he could win that fight. And if he had just held back a little bit, rebuilt his army, that would have been a better situation. But there was no way for him to know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.